Maranatha, Christ is coming. It's good to be in the house of the Lord, is it not? It's good to see everyone. It's been a little bit. I've been gone for a couple weeks. Just managed to get here. I don't have time to talk about it, but for today's health nugget, have you ever wondered why children don't seem to get the diseases we get when we're older? You don't really see kids getting Alzheimer's. You don't really see them getting arthritis. You don't really see them getting these sort of conditions that we get when we're older. And there's a reason for that. There is a particular chemical that your body produces that is one of the most effective things that it does to prevent disease. And this chemical naturally diminishes more and more and more and more over time as you get older. And before I tell you what that is, you've probably heard of free radicals, you've probably heard of antioxidants, maybe you know what they are, maybe you don't. Free radicals, you can kind of think of them as kind of like little atomic bullets that kind of get fired into your body that do damage to all your cells. All your cells, the tissues in your body, they get damaged by these free radicals. They're unstable atoms that whenever you eat a lot of oily food, fried foods, you're exposed to environmental toxins, dealing with chronic stress, the atoms in your body become oxidized, they destabilize, and they turn into free radicals, and they cause damage. When that accumulates, you develop disease. You get all these sorts of chronic conditions that manifest in a trillion different ways. A lot of us here deal with chronic conditions. Free radicals contribute to all of these chronic conditions. And antioxidants are the opposite of that. Antioxidants are highly stable atoms with an extra electron in it that pair to the free radical that allow them to stabilize. So they go from this chaotic, damaging molecule to becoming stable and healthy and normal. And that's why antioxidants are so important. The more you consume, the more you stabilize those damaging atoms that are constantly circulating through your body, accumulating and causing disease. These are very important. But there's one in particular that's extremely important. It's the most important. It's called glutathione. Glutathione is something that, it's such a big deal. People who are really into pharmaceuticals, there's people who are like into what they call biohacking and like, can we live forever? Can it become immortal? There's a lot of people who get crazy into that stuff. And people who are crazy into that stuff, they're obsessed with this, with glutathione, because it's so powerful for reversing the effects of aging, for keeping you young, for keeping you vital. It does so many different things. It makes DNA. Glutathione makes DNA. It helps you form sperm cells in men and produce sperm motility. Sperm motility is the ability for the sperm to swim through and actually find the egg. So if you're a male suffering with fertility issues, very important to have high levels of glutathione. It supports immune function. It helps you reverse immune diseases that a lot of doctors will give up on and say, oh, that you just deal with that, take these pills, and that's just your life now. Glutathione can actually help you totally reverse dramatic immune conditions. It helps the liver and gallbladder deal with fats, which become harder as you age. It assists in something called apoptosis. Your cells naturally have a birth and death cycle. They need to constantly be born and die and reproduce in order for your body to stay youthful and strong and vital. The old cells need to die, and the new cells need to reproduce. And glutathione helps your cells cycle through that. It's really important. It basically keeps you young and keeps you free from disease. Your body naturally produces this, but like I said, as you age, as you're exposed to more and more toxins, your body produces less and less over time, and no wonder that the older we get, the more we start to see our skin starts to get unhealthy, our bones start to ache, we start to get all these sorts of chronic conditions that we didn't deal with when we were younger, and glutathione is really one of the biggest culprits that prevent us from maintaining the youthfulness that we had. And people get really upset. People try to inject this stuff. It's like people get so obsessed with this. People try to inject it because it's so good. It really does work. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to inject it. You don't have to go crazy. There's actually natural ways of doing it. The normal stuff that you know. Leafy greens are one of the best ways of helping your body to produce the amino acids that, because there are certain I'm not gonna, your eyes are gonna glaze over if I name the amino acids. I'm not gonna name them. But there's amino acids that your body needs to produce glutathione, and leafy greens are really good at doing that. Cruciferous vegetables are also really good at doing that. Those are all good, but there's one thing in particular I'm going to leave you with that's really good at helping you produce glutathione, and that's dandelion leaves. I don't know the exact science behind what it is in the dandelion leaf that does, but basically what you want to do, you can get them, you can buy them on Amazon, you can find them organic, or dandelion leaves. Yeah, you can find them in your yard, but you need a good amount of them. You want to boil them. You can make a tea out of them. If you drink that regularly, it's very powerful for helping your body to produce glutathione naturally, because it interfaces, dandelion leaves really interface with the liver and the kidneys in particular, and that's the part of the body that produces glutathione. It's mostly your liver and your kidneys. So that's a tip for you. I know that as we get older, we start to notice the effects of disease and illness more and more and more as we get older, and that's really because your body stops producing this really key antioxidant, which is glutathione. And eating healthy in general is just a good way to keep your body doing that. It's one of the reasons why eating healthy works, is because it helps you produce this chemical. And also dandelion leaves in particular. So I hope that's something that you'll find helpful. I hope it's something that you'll incorporate into your routine, and I pray that you all may be in perfect health. And then we can go ahead and continue into our song service.